All right, so let's get right into it. We're going to talk about something that, well, a lot of us have probably felt, but couldn't really put a name on. You know those moments when you just feel like you're picking up on someone else's emotional state, even when they're not around? I mean, have you ever had this happen? You're just going about your day, everything's totally fine, and then bam, out of nowhere, this wave of sadness or anxiety or maybe even joy just hits you. And you're looking around like, where did that come from? There's no trigger, nothing's changed. It's confusing, right? But it's actually super common. Okay, so before your mind goes there, let's just get one thing straight. This isn't about mind reading. It's not some comic book superpower. Nope. What we're actually talking about is a very real, grounded concept called emotional attunement. So what even is emotional attunement? Well, think of it this way. It's when your nervous system totally subconsciously starts to mirror the emotional state of someone you have a really deep bond with. The key things to remember are subconscious and deep bond. This is a real thing, rooted in our biology and psychology, all about connection. So you might be wondering, is this happening to me? How can you even tell? Well, we're about to walk through 7 key signs that could mean you're tuned in to someone else's emotional world. All right, sign number 1 is basically where we started. It's that sudden, out of nowhere mood shift. You know, one minute you're calm, you're focused, and the next you're hit with this pang of sadness or this jolt of anxiety. It feels like it came from nowhere, probably because, well, its source isn't actually you. And this is where it gets really interesting. These feelings don't just stay in your head. They can actually show up in your body. You might suddenly feel your chest get tight, or that classic pit in your stomach. Maybe you just feel restless and can't figure out a why. A lot of the time, your body is the first one to pick up on these signals. Okay, sign number 3 is a huge clue. While you're feeling all these random emotions, does one person's face just keep popping into your head? You're not trying to think of them, they just appear. That's a pretty strong hint about who you might be tuned into. And you know, our subconscious minds are always working, even when we're not talking to someone. So if there's been some distance or silence between you and someone you care about, don't be surprised if you start having really intense dreams about them. It could just be your brain's way of processing the emotional signals it's still picking up. This next one, this is that aha moment. It's the confirmation. Imagine you feel this crazy spike of panic for no reason, and then later that day, you get a call. Your best friend was in a small fender bender right at that exact time. See, you felt it, and then you found out why. When things line up like that, it's a really powerful sign. And hey, it's really important to remember this isn't all about distress. This connection works both ways. You can also sense relief. Maybe you've been carrying this heavy, anxious feeling all day, and then suddenly, poof, it's gone. No reason. It could very well be that the person you were connected to just solved their problem. And that brings us to our final sign, number 7. This is that deep, nagging gut feeling. It's not just a quick thought. It's that persistent intuition that someone you care about is just not okay. You've got no proof, no texts, no calls, just this powerful sense inside you that something's off. Okay, so we've covered the what, the 7 signs, but that just leads to the real question, right? How does this actually happen? How is this even possible? What's going on behind the scenes? Well, it's not magic, it's actually rooted in our biology and psychology. There are basically 3 big things at play here. First up, you've got mirror neurons. These are brain cells that fire when we do something, but also when we see someone else do it. It's why you physically cringe when you see someone trip, right? Then there's emotional memory. The longer and deeper your history with someone is, the more their emotional habits are kind of hardwired into your brain. And lastly, there's nervous system attunement. This is wild. In really close relationships, our nervous systems can literally start to sync up, almost like they're tuning themselves to each other. But here's a really important distinction we have to make. There's a huge difference between this kind of healthy, aware sensitivity and an unhealthy dependency. Sometimes what feels like attunement is really just our own anxiety talking, or maybe we're overthinking or even projecting stuff from our own past. It's absolutely crucial to learn to tell the difference. So when you get one of these feelings, how do you handle it without just spitting out? Okay, here are 3 really simple, grounded steps. First, just observe it. Don't jump to conclusions that it's about someone else. Second, pause. Don't immediately grab your phone to text them in a panic. Just breathe. And third, and this is maybe the most important, check in with yourself first. Seriously, what's going on with you today that might be causing this feeling? And that really brings us to the main takeaway here. Look, The goal isn't to become some kind of psychic detective trying to solve emotional mysteries. The goal is to cultivate your own awareness. It's about learning the difference between a real, genuine connection and what might just be your own imagination running wild. So when these feelings pop up, try not to force a story onto them. Just get curious, observe them, and ask yourself, what could this be telling me? Not just about my connections with others, but about myself.